what solutions we can collaboratively bring together to help these businesses grow. I'm very excited to hear from our fellow sponsors on the business accelerator programs that they are running. And we as a bank would also want to be part of that. And that is the beauty of such expos, is because we create linkages, we create partnerships. We put our heads together and see how best can we provide solutions. So Barrick and FQM, we will be knocking on your doors to partner with you on the accelerator programs. In conclusion, Your Worship, we just want to also advise our SMEs in this room and outside that as opposed to Barrick, we don't have a small exhibition stand there, we have a big exhibition stand. It is housing an additional 10 SMEs, so we paid for an extra 10 SMEs so that they can just showcase what they are doing in their various businesses. And that is what the bank is here for, to keep growing and keep growing with our SMEs. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. A little later, in the course of the day, Stanbic Bank will be adding more flesh to the conversation that will look to unlocking SME growth and access to markets alongside other panelists. Now, at most events that I have moderated, it's at this point you have to call somebody else to call the guest of honor. But I am really privileged, sir, today that I'll be the one inviting our guest of honor, the mayor of the lovely city of Solwezi. Let's make welcome His Worship Remy Kalepa.
Take our seat. Allow me to recognize the presence of our President, Northwestern Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Mos Kapi. Our sponsors, First Quantum, Barrick, and Stanbic, and other valued sponsors and partners. Senior government officials that are present with us this morning. Business executives that are with us. Special recognition also goes to the past president of Northwestern Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Maya Imane Mama. It is very encouraging to see that you keep supporting the journey that you've been part of. We really appreciate that you've continued having the passion towards the Chamber of Commerce in Northwestern. Exhibitors that are with us, then they're exhibiting various goods and businesses that are within the province and the country at large. Allow me also at this moment to also appreciate the Master of Programs, Mr. Kapemba Vincent. I think we appreciate the way, the quality that it brings to such kind of events. We thank you, sir, and we want you to keep up with the spirit that you're doing, with your good works. Members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. It gives me great pleasure on behalf of Solwezi Municipal Council, the provincial administration, and the people of Solwezi to join you for the official opening of the 2025 Northwestern Business and Investment Expo. Today, we come together under a shared vision to make Northwestern Province not only the home of Zambia's mining wealth, but a thriving center of industry, growth, enterprise, and innovations. This year's theme, unlocking industrial growth, financing SMEs, strengthening local content, and leveraging the Lobito corridor, could not be more timely. I just want to also emphasize on the business discussions and opportunities that are out there. Normally, we are only concentrating more on the mining sector. I want to encourage the participants that as government we are promoting all sectors in terms of business, and as a district we are trying to promote other sectors such as agriculture, such as tourism, so that we can grow as a country, we can grow as a province and as a district. It calls upon all of us, government, business and community, to work together to create sustainable pathways for industrial development, inclusive economic growth. As a council, we fully embrace this vision. Our goal is to make SOLWEZI a modern, diversified urban economy that supports not only mining, but also manufacturing, agro-processing, logistics, and entrepreneurship. We want to build a city that creates decent jobs, empowers locals and SMEs. Your local authority is having discussions around how best we can make your city a city that you can appreciate, investing in and staying in the same city. We have future plans on having a smart city that is going to promote good health, and we are on course in terms of discussions, and I invite other partners to be part of this vision that your local authority has in trying to grow the district. SOLWEZI provides opportunities for young people and women to thrive in business. Allow me to commend the Northwestern Chamber of Commerce and Industry under the leadership of the President, Mr. Amos Kapi, and the his entire team for its steadfast commitment and vision. This Expo has become a vital economic platform, positioning SOLWEZI and Northwestern Province as emerging investment destinations within Zambia's broader industrialization agenda. Your continued partnership with both local and central government is deeply appreciated. We thank you, sir. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to sponsors and partners whose generosity has made this event possible. Our platinum sponsors, First Quantum Minerals, FQM Zambia, and Stambik Zambia Limited, Stambik Zambia. Our silver sponsor, Barrick Lumwana Mine. Our bronze sponsor, BDO Zambia, and our supporting partners, ZNBS, Chesterfields, Southern Sun, Quattro, Techno Series, Bedmark, Constantia Hotel, BHL, and Inzu. To work a long way to go, in working on most of these roads, we are making efforts, greater efforts, and that are going to bring can also corridors. It is now an honor and privilege on behalf of SOLWEZI Municipal Council and the people open sustainable progress for all. To Asante Mwani.
Thank you, Your Worship, for right after our guest of honor. The chamber did hint on the theme. We
observed, Your Worship the Mayor, this observed. To give I would like to give a context and question. 3.325 billion. So this Expo spends about 1.3 billion to 5 billion. So this Expo spends about 1.3 billion people here in Africa, and that borders around it.
If we look at 8%, another statistic, which is 12 point, which is at 70%, which is 9.1%, and this is very trend in the manufacturing growth according to CIC data. And in 2022, we had 8.1% of are actually imported, and they are not being procured. $50 million represents generally Zambian manufactured goods. Very low Zambian manufactured goods. Very low statistics over there. So what? But they are importing these goods. They are not buying here. If you are. I would like to bring your attention to the local content gap. Local goods, but in our so can we tap into the investments are we looking at? So between 2022 and 2025, here are the new in mining investment pledge. 2+ capitalization. We have the Chinese firms, have FQM Kansenshi, that we close up. Is highlighting the mining value chain opportunity. Ports that are still dominated when it comes to the value chain, engineering components and consumables and logistics, the safety. IGC did increase. SME, if we look at the share of total employment in the last 5 years, it's only 9.1%. In the last 5 years, it's only 9.1%. And those linked to formal supply chain is less than 15%, which we need the local content enforcement by government itself to support institutions such as the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I want us to look at the policy reality disconnect. The local content as a country. We've had the local content strategy in 2018, and it exists. It does exist any change. This is why when we look at the data that we have now, we still have 9.1% as participation level. We do have the statutory instrument that we have with this one is that it needs implementation. And implementation will come from you and I, who are the players of this industry and of this economy of Zambia. We do have the Mines and Minerals Development Act 2015. It's a support programs. They do exist. But we also do bear a problem to fast track the SME and certification processes, or even wherever they are existing. Number 3 is that we need the supply chain finance that we have to ensure that we start quickly closing up the 35% target that we have for the local content. The gap when it comes to compliance. We need a transparent vendor registration and procurement data with ETA. The 6th one is the supply development programs that actually work. If you check around the country right now, a lot of institutions do have a board and ensure that we're looking for in the local content. Ladies, give us the budget. It signaled from 595,000 in 2024 to 10.1 million, which we have to cater for in 2026. And that is a signal. Zambia has a regional integration advantage, and its trade area changes. How does it change this domestic? Our businesses will have access to countries that are surrounding Zambia, and they will not just be limited to trading within Zambia. We can also be able to supply the agro-processed foods, steel and engineering products, green energy components, copper wire, and semi-finished products. But what strategy can be used in order for us to tap in this geographic advantage that Zambia benefits from? The strategy is to build industrial capacity locally, to supply regionally, which is the countries that are surrounding Zambia, to scale nationally, not just operate in Northwestern province, but to be able, for our businesses to be able to supply to any province within the country, and also to be able to export globally, which is why the Lobito Corridor will be very instrumental in achieving this. What outcomes are we looking at? Why did we have this expo? Obviously, we do have our KPIs and what we see we also want every other mining to also up the game and be able to reach those targets and their percentages in terms of who works with them with the local suppliers. What is the KPI works with them with the local suppliers? What is the KPI for this expo? Our KPI is that the number of businesses, real businesses, expo. Our KPI is that the number of businesses, real businesses with value exchanged during the 3 days. So be deliberate and be intentional. Our target outcomes, our call to action, for the SMEs to invest in the certification supply chain finance, and for the Northwestern Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and for the Northwestern Chamber of Commerce and Industry and other partners, it has the market access. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for paying attention. My time is up and hope
Next year. So I'm well informed that each one of us will get these presentations. And if you look at your presentations, we expect that the delivery on all of the discussions will be on the same note. So we are going to share these presentations, but make sure to register. They will come through your email address. So make sure you register and you can get this three as the exits. Land victors in the struggle for the right. We draw the land, fashioned with and blessed by God's good hand. Let us all her people join as one, brothers under the sun. Dignities neath Zambia's sky. Zambia, praise.